So we talked about the different, tasks or the different gigs within your gig, and I would like to focus a little bit on the songwriting for a minute. You're an accomplished songwriter all by yourself, but you also had cultivated collaborations with mainly three people.
Yeah.
First of all, with the late great George Jackson, who is my hero.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
And with Clayton Ivey over here and Randy McCormick.
That's true. Yep.
And I'm
And Ken Bell wrote some good stuff
That's right.
with Deaver.
including a hit that we recorded with Carl Russell. And
That's right.
those guys played on. Anyway, how did you as a songwriter kind of develop, and how did you end up being paired with George Jackson?
Okay, well,
Give me a sec. For the people who don't know, George Jackson wrote songs like Old Time Rock and Roll, Down Home Blues, One Bad Apple for the Osmonds, and many others. He worked at Fame first, then he wrote for Muscle Shoals Sound before making the transition to Malaco and writing out of Jackson, Mississippi for the rest of his life. He passed away, I think, about 12 years ago.
Yeah.
I got to write with him down there, which was a treat for me and kind of a full circle moment. But anyway, fire away.
George Jackson should be recognized, greatly recognized by the Hall of Fame, because George Jackson wrote and had more hits. Most of them were R&B hits, but they were all hits than any other writer in this town ever has written. I can guarantee you that. And George needs to be recognized, and I loved him like a brother, man. I mean, we never got together that we didn't come out with something decent. I mean, we really did, and it was just such a pleasure writing with George. But I just kept working at my craft at night when I was off from the studio, and George and I would write late into the night at Fame or over in his hotel room an awful lot. We did that a lot. There was a little hotel over in Sheffield that I can't think of the name of it. You know the name of that place?
Grand.
The Grand. Okay. All right. No, not that one. No, this was one over there on the way toward the bridge on the left. Yeah. Anyway, George, we always put George over there because he liked it over there. And there was a room right on the end closest to the highway where a bootlegger lived. And he always had cases of beer stacked up the wall. And that's the thing. First thing me and George do, we'd go in there and get us a half a case. I sit down, get the piano in there, get my guitar in there, and here we go. And we'd work until we had something good, however long it took. And then we'd go in the next day and do a little two-man demo on it, play it for Rick, and then if he liked it, we'd get the whole band together and then do a legitimate demo on the song. But we wrote an awful lot together, and I was really, he's my man, George is.
Tell me about the song you wrote with Sam and Dave in mind, but it didn't quite end up that way.
George and I wrote this great song, and I mean it is a great song called Double Lovin'. The Osmonds, it was their number 2 single, and it went up the charts, and it was up there in the top 15 after One Bad Apple. But we wrote it for Sam and Dave, and we knew, man, if we can get this to Wexler, we've got a song, we've got a record, because it would have been perfect on them. I mean, just really perfect for them. And Wexler came to town doing some work, and we played it for him, and man, he flipped out over that song, and he went to Rick. He said, Rick, you got a song I want, and I really want it bad. And Rick said, what is it? And he said, Double Love. And Rick said, you can't have it. You can't have it. I'm saving it. And we go, oh, man. Oh, you know, we wanted Sam and Dave to cut the record, man, you know. But he cut it on the Osmonds. It was a #1 record. We made money, made plenty of money on it. But still, we never got our record that we wanted with Sam and Dave, you know, because they would have killed it the way we heard it, you know.
All right. So.
The chord and see. One bad apple don't spoil a whole bunch, girl. Give it one more try before you give up on love. One bad apple don't spoil a whole bunch, girl. I don't care what they say, I don't care what you heard. I can tell you've been hurt by that look on your face, girl. Some guy's gonna stand in to your happy world. You need love, but you're afraid that if you give in, someone else will come along and sock it to you again. One bad apple don't spoil the whole bunch, girl. Give it one more try before you give up on love. One bad apple don't spoil the whole bunch, girl. I don't care what they say, I don't care what you heard, yeah. I can make you happy, baby, and satisfy you too. But how can I? You won't give me a chance to prove my love to you. Girl, to me, you'll be a dream come true. I give you a love guarantee that you won't be hurt again. One bad apple don't spoil the whole bunch, girl. Give it one more try before you give up on love. One bad apple don't spoil the whole bunch, girl. I don't care what they say, I don't care what you heard. That's all I'm gonna do.
All right, George.
In 28 years.
I'll tell you a little story about that song. George, I was living in Memphis, or running Fame Studios in Memphis for Rick, and George was living in Memphis and writing. He said, Mick, I got this idea for the Osmonds. There's a little thing kind of like several other things for the Jackson 5, you know. We was kind of looking at them in the same direction. He said, well, come on down here, let's demo it. It was in the middle of the night, wasn't nobody else around, so I said, well, come on, we'll just demo it. So me and George got in there and demoed it and played everything and did the little bell parts and the yeah, and all the background parts and everything. We took it to Rick, and he copied the demo exactly, and the rest is history. George is all the way to the bank with it.